Alright, guys, so with this topic, it's just what I think. So you can choose to agree with me, disagree with me. It's all up to you. I really don't really care. So do your thing, and I'll do mine. Okay. Also, please like and subscribe. Probably comment on it. Pretty please. Anyway, money. It it has an effect on people. It changes them into either a better person or a worse person. Most time, money changes people in worse person. They never, how do I put this? They never been in the position they have. Like they had everything. They had everything now. They didn't used to have everything. So it's like it's like you were living under so much restriction. Then finally you got free of all that restriction that was holding you back. It's like that. That's what money do to most people. When you have too much, like any one of those, like for example, P Diddy or like Doctor Disrespect, they were actually quite. I They were lovely people. They were nice people, but they got their hands on too much money, too, I would say, quick. They they care. How do I put this? They needed it. Like it's like
A stew without good meat is no stew at all,
it's
Morgan.
it's like when you have so
Very good.
much
We were getting
choices.
close.
Like you have a lot of choices to choose from, but you already had those
Many
choices.
thanks, Mr.
Good
Morgan.
morning, Arthur.
So you're gonna get bored of them. And
How are you? Calling from that business at the
and
hotel?
you're gonna want
Oh,
something
yeah. So we gonna hit that bank I told you
unobtainable.
about?
We'll see.
That is the reason why I think they become the person they are. Now, I'm not saying money is all bad. For example, somebody like Jimmy, Mr. Beast. To be honest with you, I expected him
You
to
seem better.
also
Yeah,
be like on
almost
a
able to go
spiral
again.
with the
You
money,
were never
but
normal,
surprisingly,
Marston.
my guy been keeping it together. My guy is getting married soon. Yeah, he is what we call the positive side of money. See, no matter how much money you gain in life, it's how you control it. That's the difference between having money and getting money. Now, earning it and having it are two different things. Earning it is you work hard to obtain your what you deserve because you work hard. Like for example, you worked uh you clean this car, but it was so hard to clean this car. It took you like 5 days to. Of course, you earn money doing
Morning, Arthur.
that. But having money is different. You can get out of problems with money. Like your parents have the money, your parents earn the money. You just have the money available. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily true with P. Diddy or Dr. Disrespect, but they are another story. P. Diddy and Dr. Disrespect, didn't have anything. They they were like again restricted. They didn't have any what's the word? They didn't have like they didn't have all the benefits rich people have. Yeah, in that sense. That's a funny thing actually. Think about this. There's rich people, people who are hand given the money, most of them. Some of them steal it, but that's not the point. People who are hand given the money, that's rich people. Poor people, to poor people, poor to rich, they work hard to get that money. Now, because they work so hard, they feel entitled to it, in a sense. Like they feel entitled for something better, for something more. They want more. And I think that's where they got us messed up. That's where they start to change. That's where they start to turn into these completely new person. We're shocked. Like, they weren't like this. What the hell happened? What made them become like this? That is when we realize there aren't saints anymore. Now, that's alright. That's expected. Well, it's happened, so no matter
How did you get on, Herr Morgan?
no matter how
Our accounts are up to date.
much
Sad
they
sakes, a
like
lot of 'em.
look
Good, very
good,
good.
My pleasure.
Well, if it's
they will
pleasure you're after, there is
they
one
most
other. This
likely
farmer
will
preacher
always
fellow I met in
change.
Valentine,
But
Mr. Downs.
The opinionated
you don't know
little
which
do-gooder?
change. It
Yeah,
can
I
be a
know
good
the one.
change and it
I
can be a
certainly
bad
know the
change.
type.
Thank you,
We
Herr
only
Morgan.
found out when it's
There's
always
no
too
need to
late.
thank me. Like you said,
Again,
pleasure
most
I'm
time it
after.
is bad
It's more
change. So
slippery than it
if
seems.
someone
I've
are
tried
getting
being
too much
polite.
money,
Don't take any
it
nonsense.
might cause problem. Yeah,
Nonsense?
I
Me?
understand that.
If he doesn't have the money,
Here's another
beat him.
example.
Well, here's
I have
your
a
dude.
friend, right?
I know.
He
I
was
know.
great. I know him through basically all of middle school, and I know him few something like through high school, few years. Um, well, I should say like months, but it's been a year and so I'm just gonna say more than a year through high school. Um, he's he's interesting, but funny enough, I just came to find out like 3 months ago. My guy is rich, but he doesn't boast about it. Like, he doesn't let it change what he thinks he's supposed to be treated. Like, he doesn't feel like he deserves your, oh my god, you have money, please. Oh my god, you're the king. You're the king. He doesn't. He doesn't think like that. He thinks like, am I friend? What does money got to do with it? That's okay. That's expected, right? But then you have the other side of the coin. This side of the coin is, funnily enough, funnily, oh, I would say it's his girlfriend. The same kind of guy that I just told you about. His girlfriend was awesome. She was the best. She was like our, how do I put this? 2 of our crush. Sure, I was kind of like salty when he got her, but come on, he's my best friend. I can't. There's no complaints. But
Yep.
nobody changed her for the worse, I'll say. I'm back. So, oh, what was I talking about again? I was busy doing something else. Mom, I got called real quick. Anyway, I was on the girlfriend. She was awesome. She was very fun to be around. We both thought, huh, she's like, cool, yeah. We were hanging out,
You better be back.
and
Let's go.
she slowly began to change over the months. She kept asking for money from him. Well, I didn't see a problem with it. You didn't see a problem with it. Just gave it to her. But then it began to increase over the months. It started off with like $10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50. Not in that order, but I'm just giving you an example. It ended off with, before he started to say, hey, I'm not going to give you no more money. She asked for $300. $300. Sure, to some of you that might not be a lot, but what the hell she's gonna spend $300 on? Now that's not reason why he broke up with her. The reason why he broke up with her was, and I agree with him, she began to change into somebody else, somebody not as not as engaging as she used to be. She becomes like, she don't care about her friends anymore. Her friends are like, she's changed. Like, she become a totally different person when it comes to the money. And because of that, he broke up with her. Now, there was a lot more to that breakup, but we'll get to that later. Maybe another time. Maybe never. Or if who knows, who knows. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, some people have money, and some people don't. Some people are good with money, some people do not as well. While some people are into money, and they're like messed up. Like they think the world revolves around them. And some people that's also born into money just think, like a normal person. They just have a lot more money. They just don't really show it off as much. They have it, but they just don't really show it off. That's what I respect about it. Now, there's other people. There's two categories left. People who make their own money and people who don't have any money at all. The people who make their own money. Now, they are what we're going to get into last. But the people who doesn't have any money at all. I'll get into that, and it's going to add on to the people who doesn't have no money. The people with no money is going to add on to people who make their own money. The people who got no money, they tend to, they want to talk about their finance. That's understandable. They don't really talk about they don't talk about I don't know how to put it in words. I'll think of another word. But they're not as entitled as people with money. That's one thing you can respect about them. They are born with nothing. Now, that's the same case for the people who make their own money. Well, not all the time. For this explanation, let's just say it is. It's for people who make their own money. Now, you might say something like, I would disagree with you because I know a bunch of people who doesn't like make money, but it's still entitled. Well, yes, that's gonna exist. We're humans, we expect. But I would also disagree with you Just kidding. I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But there's not a lot of them out there, so just keep looking and you find them. Trust. And those who make their own money. Now, they are like what we think of, like role models. They're like heroes to some of us. Before they start taking kids. Oh, they're like heroes to all of us. Because they defied the odds. They had nothing. They started off with nothing. So build their own empire. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna treat this like the olden days. Not this, you know, it was like, it's like they. Us, they deserve, but to them, 5,000. Yeah, sure, they deserve everything, but we got no problem with that. Let them have whatever they want, except breaking the law. They can do whatever the hell they want, except breaking the law. Now, for some people understand this. They choose not to do messed up stuff. Again, like Mr. Beast, my guy started off his channel with, I give $1,000 to strangers, so I give 500. No, I'm wrong. I give $50 million. Whoever beat my game. See, he spent the money back that he earns right away. No, I'm not saying that's all he needs to do. I'm saying that he uses his opportunities wisely. He doesn't just yippee money. I'll save this. Everyone's be better than everyone. Look, I made this by myself. None of y'all can say nothing to me. Sure, none of us can say nothing to him. But my guy's been living a very good life. Think about it. My guy have beautiful wife now, fiance. And what's right, sorry about that. What's right if you anyone can come up with money, anyone, even you. Can just suddenly, oh snap, I'm a murderer, oh snap. But okay, that's taking it. Not everyone can be a billionaire, but most can be a billionaire. What you can do to like them is very simple. Don't let it go to your head. Don't think you're above the law, that you're above everyone else. They don't deserve you. Don't think you are superior to them in every way. Think about it like this. You have, let's say, let's put this in theory. Like, let's create a idea. There is 5 melons. Like to sell like lemon juice. It's not melon, it's lemon. There's 5 lemons though. Each of these are three streets apart. One of you are close to a school. One of you are close to a factory. One of you are closer to a rich man. One of you are close to nothing. And the next one, the last one, is closer to normal man. You might be closer to the school, a factory, or a rich neighborhood. So, you know, school, just selling for tons of goods, so he's gonna get a lot of money. Factory depends on the time of day. If it's in the early morning, or mid-afternoon, or later. For example, if it's before the factory starts working, or when they take a break, or when they're leaving. Nope. When they're leaving, they're not gonna buy nothing, just wanna go home. The only time you can get money is in the morning and in the afternoon. That's for the factory. The rich neighborhood, just charge it all and then you just whatever the hell you want. They fun to play it. They're rich. Come on, my guy. The person who's just in a normal neighborhood won't make as much as the rest, but they won't complain about it. You'll just be okay with it. And the last guy who's close to nothing, well, he'll be sad. And the others got more than him. But you know what can make it all better? If the person in closer to the school, factory, and rich people like support them, like say, hey, don't feel too bad, instead of, hey, I'm better than you. Funnily enough, the person closer to the rich people don't really need to do nothing. Think about it. He just needs to put up the price. Then he just sell it to them. While the person closer to the factory in school, they need to actually work hard to get it, because there'll be a lot of customers and it won't be as expensive. It's like that. They work so hard for it. They work incredibly hard just to achieve it. And it's gonna be taken for granted. The rich people gonna work hard at all. Now, because they work so hard, I think that they're deserving. They deserve more money than everyone else. But let's say the school one doesn't really think that way. He thinks, I made a good amount of money by trying, but his idea was smarter to go closer to a rich neighborhood. So I understand my mistake. But a person closer to the factory thinks, I worked so hard on this. How the hell did he got more money than us when I worked so hard that my hands are tired? The heat of the sun is so hot. Why do I have to suffer while he has the easy way out? I deserve such and such and such, and feel entitled to take it. You notice how there's two sides to the story? There's one coin closer to the school who doesn't let his pride take over, but the person closer to the factory does. And let's finish up with the last two. The person the person close to the normal neighborhood is just, I didn't make as much as them, but at least I make some. I'm okay with that. The person close to the back is gonna be sad that they didn't make nothing. They might be like make $1 or $2, but they didn't make nothing in total. They're gonna be sad. They're gonna be wondering why. What did they? Oh, this one is actually good. There's two sides to this as well. The first side is, why do they get money? Why do they get customers? I don't. It's not fair. I should have gotten customers. Or, I'm sorry, I accepted a better location. Next time I will know. That is two sides. So what I'm trying to say is, there's two sides to how you treat money, how you treat anything, basically. You can treat it with positive attitude, or you can treat it with a stump of pride. Now, funny enough, I know something about myself. I see something one way. I don't care what it is. If I see it one way, you can say nothing will change my mind from seeing that one way. Now, think about this. Dr. Disrespect. He was only looking at it one way, not two ways. He was looking at it like, I deserve this. I worked hard for this. I earned this. I am entitled to this. And that's the reason why he did what he did. Now what I'm saying isn't, I'm not saying like, all people are bad, but all people who gain the money, that's how you react to that money. You can either react to it in a negative way, or in a positive way. And in my opinion, people should react to money in a mix. They should be prideful, but they shouldn't be so prideful that they don't care what others think. For example, the judge or the law. I think he's ruling that out for myself. So, in my opinion, yes and no. Yes, he changed with money, but no, it wasn't the money that started it. The money just amplified the change. So what you need to find out is what started the change, what caused the change in the first place. And I think that's where I'm going to end this. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you got here today, thank you. I hope you like and subscribe, possibly comment, and that's all I have to say. Good night, everybody.